Hey guys, welcome to my first ever Warhammer Wednesday. My name is Lady 80, and today I'm going to be talking about my first ever love of Warhammer and how I got into the hobby. Second, I'm going to be talking about this super new and exciting Dire Chasm warband, which is the Crimson Court. It is a lovely little band of vampires, and I'm going to be talking about them, some of their special abilities, and how you can play them, how they inspire. And last but not least, I'm going to be talking about future Warhammer Wednesdays, some of the fun stuff I have coming up, including Cursed City, as well as some playthroughs that I'm going to have in the future too. So how did I get into Warhammer? Basically, I started to get into the hobby before COVID hit. I went to a really friendly and awesome store in Glendale, California, Games Workshop store, which is the Warhammer retail front. They have really awesome tournaments there, and I started to get into Warhammer because I'm into Dungeons and Dragons. I also really like tabletop gaming, so I figured it was a pretty good fit, and I've been a long time lurker of Warhammer, so I was thinking like, hey, why not? Might as well try it out, and why not try it out in a tournament? So I bought my first ever warband, which is the Purple Guard. Here they are. This is only 4 out of the 7 in the warband, but they were my first ever warband that I played, the first ever ones that I painted as well. If you want to see them in fine detail, you can check out my Instagram. It's linked below, and you can see all their fine, lovely detail in the, well, not in the flesh, because they don't have any flesh. So yeah. Skeletons are all well and good, but here's what actually got me into the vampires. I recently listened to the audiobook Dominion of Bones, which features Queen Neferata and her lovely band of vampires and skeletons and a wonderful undead army. Definitely listen to it if you have the time. It's really, really good. The voice acting is fantastic. Basically, I loved her so much that I named my cat after her. And without further ado, I'm going to show you guys my new awesome warband, the Crimson Court. Lovely. Band of fabulous vampires, and I'm going to geek out for a bit to just show you why I love them so much. But I should probably read you like their backstory so you kind of know what they're about. Prince Duval leaves the coterie of soul-blight grave lords known as the Crimson Court, a band of merciless hunters united by their cruel appetites. They found their way into Dire Chasm through a splinter of the spreading Cataphrane curse, intent upon taking full advantage of the rich variety of prey promised by the living mountain's depths. Each of these vampiric predators brings their own skills to the hunt. Duval's dominating will leaves his victims defenseless, while the towering Gorath relies upon might as often as his own enchantments. Felis Von Fane is a master duelist who wields her twin blades with uncanny skill and speed, and the curse-twisted Anayas fights with barbaric ferocity, all but unstoppable when drunk on the blood of their victims. And terrifyingly savage, should they be denied it. The Crimson Court revel in their new hunting grounds. So, pretty exciting stuff. So here, I'll just show them to you. Here's Felis Von Fane. She is the duelist, also has amazing hair. Look at that. I cannot wait to paint her. She's gonna be actually is my favorite. Spoiler alert. Basically, she's got 4 health, 4 movement, she's got 1 shield, which is basically her defense characteristic, and she can deal out 2 damage. So, and it's pretty much the same when she's inspired, but yeah, she's super duper cool. Next is Anayas, the Curseborn. He has these awesome bat wings and this really cool mace. He's just basically the barbarian of the group. He can move 4, he has 2 dodges, and he has 4 health, and that's pretty much the same for both normally and when he's inspired. And yeah, he's pretty damn cool, except the thing that actually happens when he's inspired is that his swords change to hammers, so that's pretty cool. And then Next is Grassy Enforcer, basically the tank of the group. He has these super awesome, like, pointy, like cape panel things, which is really nice, with this, like, really awesome, like, mace pole thing. So basically he's super good at bashing people around. He actually has a really cool spell when he's inspired, and I can read it to you. He has Vile Transference. So basically what happens, if cast, you choose one friendly fighter within 4 hexes and one enemy fighter within 4 hexes, and you remove 1 hunger or wound counter from one of the chosen fighters and give it to another. So you basically can, like, suck people's life out and give it to your friends, basically. So that's really cool. Super helpful if you're in, like, a really kind of bloody battle, I guess, between, say, I don't know, the Khorne Berserkers or something, where there's, like, a lot of damage being done, so they would actually be really helpful there. Next, and last but not least, is the Prince himself. Super fabulous. He kind of reminds me of, like, your typical high fantasy vampire. He's got the really cool armor, the big sword, also the kind of, like, claw stance that he's got going on. He's also, like, stepping on the head of a statue, which I think is really cool. Just from an artwork and design standpoint, I think Warhammer really outdid themselves here, because all of these minis are super duper cool. He also has a great spell when he's inspired, which is Fiendish Lure. And that's if you use this fighter after this fighter's attack action, takes a target out of action. If cast, choose one enemy fighter within 4 hexes of this fighter and push the chosen fighter up 2 hexes closer to this fighter. So essentially he does the Scorpion get over here, which I always think is pretty cool. Yeah, he also has Cleave as well. If you're unsure of the rules, and you actually don't know what I'm talking about right now with all the cleaves and the wounds and the this and the inspired and all that, there's some really great videos floating around on the rules of Underworlds and how to play. There's also really great instruction manuals in Underworlds itself when you actually get the box from the store, that has a really nice detailed explanation of the rules and everything like that. This video is basically just to show you and geek out about this new warband that I got and how awesome and cool they are. So if you want to know more about the rules and how to play, I would definitely check out some of the fun YouTube tutorials floating around, as well as the game itself for a nice detailed explanation of how to play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Something to look forward to in the future. I'm going to be basically building my Legion of Blood, so stay tuned for that. I'm also working on Cursed City with a couple of friends, painting them, building them, all that stuff. And I'm actually going to be streaming some playthroughs on future Warhammer Wednesdays. I'm kind of nervous because this is like my first time doing anything like this, so I really appreciate any advice you guys have. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think I should talk about, what you like about Crimson Court, or the Legion of Blood entirely, the Undead Armies, or just the greater Age of Sigmar, Underworlds, 40k Warhammer universe in general. I would love to know about it because I'm new to this, and maybe if you're new to this too, we can be newbies together and just enjoy this awesomeness that is Warhammer. I'm Lady 80, and it was really great to play with you guys. Sorry. Alright, and that's all, folks, for today. That's all I have for you.